This week, take a ride into the Florida Everglades with Pavel Bure. The NHLPA present Be a Player, brought to you by EA Sports NHL 2002. If it's in the game, it's in the game.
Welcome to Be a Player, the hockey show. I'm Brett Lindros, coming to you from the Sunshine State, Florida. Now, the Miami area is known for its beautiful beaches, stylish architecture, unique wildlife, and one of the most exciting players in hockey, Pavel Bure. We were lucky enough to catch up with the Russian Rocket for this week's Be a Player profile. We'll also visit with former Calgary Flame Colin Patterson on after the game, and we'll check in with hockey superpower Team Russia as they prepare for the Olympics on the Spirit of Salt Lake. But first, here's a man who scored more goals over the past 2 NHL seasons than anybody else, Pavel Bure.
Bure behind the defense. He cuts in. He puts it between his legs. We've got a tie game in the power play. Bure fakes the shot, then decides to shoot and scores! Bure against Soleil. The backhander scores!
Pavel, it's been nearly 3 years since we last met here in Florida. One of the biggest changes, I guess, has been your brother coming into town. What's it like having Val around?
Oh, it's it's great to have your brother on the team, and well, we spend lots of time on the road together. We'll go for dinners and just hang around. But at home, it's kind of a little bit difficult because he got family. He got 2 kids and another one on the way, so he's like truly family man, And I live a little bit more south than him, and I have a little bit different kind of life.
Back in for the world now as they attack quickly. Bure dropped it back. Pavel, that was, and a score!
You played together in the 2000 All-Star game. Was that a fun weekend?
I went to like 7-6 All-Star games, and but that one was special. My brother was there first time, and lots of friends of mine came to Toronto, and on top of that, we had a great game on the ice, so it just couldn't get any better. So I really enjoyed it that weekend.
Sharp. Here's Bure one more time, this time a long shot, score!
Well, you've had personal success. The Panthers have only been in 1 playoff series since you've been here. What does this team need to do to get into the playoffs with some confidence?
That's my thing. I think guys can do whatever they want off the ice, and we're all different. We all have a different family, different friends, and it's totally up to you what you do off the ice. But when you got to the dressing room and you put jersey on, there's only 20 guys who has to be as a one. And what's really important when you go out there to play the game, you have to be as a one.
But when you're talking about that group of 1, where do you see yourself?
I don't know, I guess I do best what I can do for the team, and if I have to score some goals, I'm trying to score goals. Maybe this year play better defensively, concentrate more on the defensive side of the hockey. So I'm doing that.
Morrison, stolen away by Bure, he scores! Pavel Bure on the steal!
What do you like about going back to Moscow for the summer?
I love it to go back home, and it's my home, Obviously, I like a lot North America. I've worked here, I got lots of friends, but home is home, and my home always will be there. So it's a really good time, and even if I don't do anything, even if I'm relaxing at home, I'm still having a good time.
You helped out this past summer with the PA's Goals and Dreams program. What was that like?
Oh, we had a great time actually. Bob came there, Devin Smith, and Gene Ojek. So we had this event when we were giving a uniform away to the kids, and it was just great to see those kids. They were so happy. It's not just made me feel good. It's kind of I was trying to put myself where those kids are right now. When I was a kid, and if anybody come to me and give me hockey skates or uniform, I would be so happy. And when I saw those guys, I kind of could feel it.
Does it bother you that some of the Russian players don't want to compete in Salt Lake?
Yes, it does, because if you take Team Canada, for example, the guy's so happy and so proud to be named and go to the Olympic Games. And I remember when Mark Macy didn't make the team, it was a really big deal, and I was on the same team with him those days, and he was really upset he didn't make it. And with us, some guys don't want to go there, it's their choice, but personally, I would like to see all the best Russian players would go and participate there.
Are you excited about Colin?
Yeah, I am.
It means a lot to you.
It does.
Quite a happy group of Russian players as they...
It's now time for Be a Player Trivia. To play, send your answer to nhlpa.com/beaplayer. All correct answers will be entered in a random draw with a chance to win an NHL 2002 game courtesy of EA Sports. All other correct responses will be entered for a chance to win an autographed NHLPA jersey. For complete contest rules, visit nhlpa.com and click on Be a Player. Which player holds the NHL record for most game-winning goals in his rookie season? Coming up, former Flame Colin Patterson.
I realized at the point that maybe there's something that we as former players can do to really put something back into the game.
Some of the most unique tourist attractions here in Miami are the Art Deco hotels that line South Beach. Most were built in the 20s and 30s, making use of bright color and geometric forms. Add a little sunshine, and these buildings reflect the carefree lifestyle that is South Florida. Now, after 10 seasons as a versatile winger, Colin Patterson didn't head south with the rest of the retirees. Instead, he's built an impressive business career, as you'll see on After the Game.
During his 10 years in the NHL, Colin Patterson built a reputation as a grinding winger who loved to cause havoc in front of the net. A member of the Calgary Flames from 1983 to 1991, his solid two-way play was a key component in the Flames' first Stanley Cup victory in 1989.
I think overall, I think it was the teamwork and the camaraderie of the guys in that team. And it was just one of those moments that you said, hey, we accomplished what we set out to do. And it was a hard-fought battle, and we had ups and downs, but we did it. And it was just that moment of satisfaction where, you sat down for a brief moment and said, this is the greatest. And we didn't realize at the time, we were the first team to win it in the Montreal Forum. No team has ever done it before, and we'll never do it again in the Montreal Forum. It was really neat in the dressing room. It was so small, it was so tiny, and the camera lights and the heat and just the emotion that was in it was really exciting.
After retiring from the game in 1993, Colin and his family decided to settle down in Calgary, where he currently works as the Vice President of Operations for Shaw Communications.
Thank you for choosing Shaw. Colin Patterson speaking.
I look after the operations in interior BC and Saskatchewan, and that goes right from the technical aspects to sales and marketing to the programming to the customer care aspect of Shaw cable and internet side. So it's been another learning curve for me, but it's been a fun ride so far. Typical day is talking to the regional managers that I work with on a daily basis, and solving some, it could be big problems, it might be small problems, it might be us working on some things with the personnel that we have, making changes or adding new people, deciding on budgets, so a wide variety of things, and that's what keeps it exciting.
Our tournament will be held on January 27th, 2001 at the historic Stampede Corral.
The idea came about just the year after I retired was the year that there was a lockout. There's a lot of real ill feeling towards hockey players, and I realized at the point that, hockey is falling out of favor. And maybe there's something that we as former players can do to really put something back into the game. And a group of people who wanted to build a hockey rink in South Calgary and approached me about helping them fundraise. So Perry Bearzan and I got together and we sort of formulated our plan of having this outdoor 3-on-3 pond hockey tournament, really getting back to the basics and inviting former players in, charging an admission price and, raising some money that way. And over the 5 years we've done it, we've raised approximately $500,000 for minor hockey in Calgary. We have a great time, and it's the players going out, it's playing fun hockey. We moved the nets up, and it's 3-on-3, and you have 6 guys and a goalie on each team, and we do autograph sessions, we do interactive games, so it's a fun event for the family.
Be a Player gives you a chance to ask your favorite NHL player a question. For your chance to participate, visit nhlpa.com. Jason Brooks from Kelowna, BC asked Dominic Hasek, which player in the NHL gives you the most trouble?
Well, Jason, the player who gives me the most trouble is probably Brett Hall in the practice. And overall, I think it's Jaromir Jagr.
Next, the Russian Rocket welcomes us to the swamp.
1,400 pounds. Want to get a closer look at this thing? Yeah. Are you happy you're in here right now?
Yeah, let's go take a look.
All right.
Time Time now for the Universal Music Hit Parade, featuring the Headstones with Smile and Wave.
Picking up Markov. He'll let it fly. And it's PhD and Sarah, she's a teacher. We love to rock and roll and throw the breeze out on the weekend. Together they have built a world a lot of it is real. And we are here to ease them through the parts they can't conceal. Smile and wave. Save made by Brodeur. Another try by David. Deflected score. Tommy Callio. I smile and wave. Burns and shoots. I smile and wave. I smile and wave. I smile and wave. Did I wave? They're smiling. Did I wave? Second out, world scores! Did I wave?
Now it's time for Know Your Hockey, brought to you by Ford. Here's Craig Simpson.
Being able to shoot the puck while skating at full speed is a skill only the very best players are able to truly master. It's something Joe Sakic excels at. Now at full speed, one of the most exciting plays in the game is a quick shot that beats a goalie. On this play, Martin Brodeur couldn't react in time to make the save. So what goes into a shot that happens so quickly that the goalie can't read? Well, the first thing for Joe Sakic is to get free. Once he gets the puck, he gets 3 quick strides to the outside to give himself some time. Now, once he gets set for the shot, he gets pressure on his left leg and his arm in a shooting position. His focus is on the net, and watch the quick release. No time at all, that puck is on his stick and off and in the back of the net. Now, with today's technology, look at the pressure on the stick. The pressure down with his arm creates an incredible torque that fires that puck quickly through the 5-hole. A thing of beauty in slow motion. Now, Mark Recchi is also very effective at this. Watch the turnover at the blue line, how quickly Recchi gets into position. Puck is on the stick, player's going across to his right. He doesn't even have his foot on the ground, but again, the torque of his left arm using the blade of his stick, and just like that, it's in the net. While so many kids want to work on the big slap shot, a quick wrist shot is one of the most difficult shots to defend against.
Know Your Hockey, brought to you by Ford.
Much of South Florida is made up of swampland. The area's national parks are home to thousands of plant and animal species, including 16 endangered and 5 threatened animal species. The Everglades are also an important source of Florida's drinking water. It is a fascinating area, and who better to show it to me than a Florida Panther? Here's part 2 of our Be a Player profile with Pavel Bure. Pavel, this could be some fun. Captain Dan?
A little bit, yes.
I'm Brett, how are you?
How you doing, Dan?
This is Pavel.
Howdy.
You're gonna take us for a little spin? Check out the Everglades?
You're real brave today.
Yeah? Real brave?
We can get it done.
All right, well, let's do it.
Now, the only thing I'm gonna ask that you do is remain seated while I'm running this thing. I don't wanna lose you. Be a little careful about what you grab. Some of it out there grab back. Other than that, watch for snakes. Well, we're going to begin the walking part of this tour.
All right.
You got to get your feet wet.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. How do we do that?
Jump in.
Yeah? All right.
The crocodile hunter, just dive in and wrestle.
How long are they normally?
A full-size gator will be anywhere from 6 to 9.5 foot long. You can look at him, believe it or not, that gator right there is only about 8 foot long, 400 to 600 pounds.
So what's the difference between a crocodile and a gator?
Mainly his attitude.
But you know those big ones, like really big ones in Africa somewhere?
That's the Nile crocodile.
It's a crocodile,
Yeah,
right?
That's the ones that eat you. The gator won't generally do that. He don't look at you and me as food the same way a crocodile would.
What happens? Would he attack you or he would swim away if you go in the water right now?
Chances are he's going to run from you. But we've always got that 1 or 2% of the time where he's going to choose to stand there and fight. When that happens, keep in mind he is pound for pound 7 times stronger than we are.
Really?
If you jump in on him, I'll guarantee you one thing, a whole new outlook on life.
So what are they eating? Are they eating fish?
He'll eat, the bulk of his diet will be made up of the fish. But he'll eat fish, snakes, ducks, birds, turtles, small animals like coons, possums, armadillos, an occasional kid, stuff like that. Most documented cases of people getting bit, you don't even feel the teeth. You just feel a huge crushing power. And then when he lets go, you realize you got a bunch of holes in your tooth.
Look at Pav. All right. Check this out.
All right.
Now, Pavel, we were out in the water. We saw a few gators. Cliff's gonna show us the real deal. 1,400 pounds. You wanna get a closer look at this thing?
Yeah, let's go.
Are you happy you're in here right now?
Yeah, let's go take a look.
All right.
What we're gonna do, stay right back behind me. We're gonna sneak up behind. That hissing's just to let you know, hey, look, leave me alone or I'm gonna bite you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Come on down right in here, guys. This is Karen the Cannibal. He's an American alligator, 13 feet, 1,400 pounds.
This feels just unbelievable.
Not what you thought at all.
No.
They're actually very soft. Okay. Now he's gonna, what that is, he's turning around. He wants to see who's touching my tail. And he'll cock this tail. Believe it or not. Oh yeah. If he wanted to, believe me, this animal's capable of jumping 2/3 of his body, not only in length, but in height. It's lightning fast. Oh!
You are
vicious, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, it's your turn. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think you want to walk in here.
No?
Anything that touches, see, anything touches inside the mouth, it's like a mousetrap. It's a reaction.
That is awesome. Well, Pavel, just before we left Florida, I thought we'd check in with the real panther. This is Scruffy. And I want to thank you for a great day. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks, bro. It was great.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Bye, Scruffy. Oh, doing a little biting. There we go.
The Russians are coming next on the Spirit of Salt Lake.
You don't have to have a big team with a big name. That's what Czechs showed in 1998 Olympics, you know. That's why they won.
Be a Player, sponsored by EA Sports NHL 2002. If it's in the game, it's in the game.
Welcome back to the show. I'm here at the El Credito Cigar Factory in Little Havana, Miami. I'm here with my friend Eric, and Eric's going to teach me how to roll a fine cigar.
All right. Okay, that's the binder. You have to put it first. Then, this is one of the blend of the tobacco. Actually, that one is the one which made the cigar burn well.
Burns nice and evenly?
Yeah.
And now this is flavor?
The darker ones, which is a flavor.
Darker, perfect.
And that's for the smell of the tobacco.
Make it smell nice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this, you have to feel it like until you have the size on your hand.
Yeah.
Then you put it on the binder and you roll it up.
So you need to have the right blend in there.
I mean, yeah. The blend is everything on tobacco. I mean,
to make it work well.
That's what made the difference between one brand and the other ones. Right here, you cut it.
Into the cutter?
You put it on the mold.
Right into the mold. Well, looks like it takes a lot of teamwork to make a fine cigar and a winning hockey team. Team Russia's hoping they have the right blend on the Spirit of Salt Lake. Thanks, Eric.
Okay. All right.
The dominant team in the history of Olympic hockey is the Soviet Union and its 8 gold medals. Today's Russians, coached by Slava Fedosov, will have to overcome political turmoil and the absence of some talented players if they are to improve on their silver medal finish in '98.
For us, Olympics were like we're in the Stanley Cup here, so you know, we play many tournaments back in Russia, play World Championship, you know, European Championship, and have Russian Championship. But you know, there's always Olympics are the biggest you know tournament to have for Europe.
I think the leadership gonna mean a lot, probably more than anything else. For a short period of time, you're gonna bring players from different teams, with different fitness level. So the leadership gonna be important, and the coaching stuff and the coaching authority, I believe, gonna mean a lot. You need a coach who everybody gonna listen and gonna trust them, because nobody gonna have a time to think about what's right, what's wrong. We have to just listen what the coach tell us to do and just do it.
On the first day, it's our job and the coach's job to. There's not many days for practices and meetings, but just make sure this team will grow together real quick in a few days. The guys are gonna get along and have one goal in mind, and that's a key to have a team. That's a key to success.
You don't have to have a big team with the big names. I think that's what the Czechs showed in 1998 Olympics. That half and half. That's why they won. I think if you have guys who are willing to pay the price to win a goal, that's even better instead of having all the guys with the big names.
Be a Player Trivia is brought to you by EA Sports NHL 2002. If it's in the game, it's in the game.
Name the player that holds a record as a rookie for most game-winning goals in one season. Game winners. Columbus
Joe Noonday.
has 4 right now, but this guy had 9.
Joe Noonday.
Not Joe Noonday.
I have no clue.
Maybe Timu Sonnen? No? He had that big season. 50 goals.
No clue.
Yari Curry?
It's Yari Curry. It's a Canadian guy. Played in the 91 Canada Cup, I believe.
Oh, Steve Larmer. Steve Larmer. I got it?
Steve Larmer?
What do you think?
I'll go with my roommate, Larmer.
Larmer sounds like a good answer. You're right.
Good Peterborough boy.
Good call.
Good Peterborough boy.
All right.
Peterborough.
Larmer's trying to break away. Larmer shoots, scores!
After seeing the sights in Miami, it was time to cool down. It was a blast touring the Everglades with Pavel Bure, and I'd like to thank the Rocket for his hospitality. Make sure you join us next week as I'm back out on the water again, this time with Sean McEachern of the Ottawa Senators. Sean and I are going to go fishing near his hometown outside of Boston. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.
NHLPA.com is your source for the latest stats, scores, and NHL player information. Click on Be a Player for the latest show information or to send us your questions and comments. You'll find it all at NHLPA.com. Brett Lindros' clothing supplied by The Coop, clothing for men, Toronto.
Here's part 2 of our Be a Player profile with my Harley on my back.